I absolutely love barrel racing.
It still gets my adrenaline running to this day.
Such a sport that just gets your heart pumping and gets you wanting to do better and better every time you go in, no matter what.
You're really competing with just yourself. You know, every time I go in the arena, it's a competition with myself to get better than the last run that I did.
You can feel the horse underneath you. You know, it's something when you have a 1,200-pound animal, you're running, feels like 100 miles an hour.
When I'm going down that alleyway, my heart is racing 100 miles an hour, and I am trying to remember my name, my horse's name, and this barrel pattern.
You can overthink things very quickly.
I'm sitting there looking for my spot and aiming for that and running, trying to run it.
Just try to stay with them.
I pray and just send my horse and trust him.
You just go out there and have fun.
We are here at 5K Arena in Bladenboro, North Carolina, where they are having an NBHA barrel racing contest featuring Future Fortune horses. Okay, Patty.
All right.
So,
Yes.
you are here at 5K for the weekend, running like crazy, not just on the horses, but behind the scenes. Now, how long have you been doing this?
I've been barrel racing since about '82. I've been the state director of North Carolina NBHA since 2011. I was a district director a few years before that, did that for a couple years. So my affiliation with the NBHA has been for, I guess, for maybe 24 years, because NBHA has been established for 26 now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
your blood runs deep in those.
My blood does run deep in
those
barrel
veins,
racing.
yeah.
It's one of those things, I never barrel raced. I kind of got into it, and then I just can't get it. It's just such a sport that just gets your heart pumping and gets you wanting to do better and better every time you go in, no matter what.
Okay, so now with the dynamic of this whole weekend, being here at the arena, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about the accommodations?
Oh, you know, we came here last year.
Okay.
It was the King's first step out into the barrel racing world. And I told
Grand
him,
voyage,
you're either going to
maiden
love me
voyage.
after this weekend is over, or you're going to say, don't ever come back down to Bladenboro. You know? So fortunately, we had a great show last year. It was our first one, a little maiden voyage or whatever. We had some very decent numbers, but the word got around what a good show it was. And word of mouth is just a great thing within our industry. So this year, I've got people here from West Virginia, people here from Maryland, people here from way up north in Virginia. So they came from all over. Deep South Carolina. So I mean, the good thing is the word is out there now that the 5K is here. The ground is phenomenal. The accommodations are excellent. It's all right here under one building. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. There's not a lot of moving of stuff, and campers are right here.
You can camp right here, and everything's here.
Absolutely.
At their fingertips.
Absolutely. It's awesome. It works great because there's not a whole lot of stuff that people need help with.
Right.
So we come here, we enjoy it, and we're going to come back in August.
Oh,
is the
wow.
plan. Yeah, we're going to do it again in August, and we'll see how that one turns out in the summertime.
I'm sure it'll be a slam-packed facility just like this one.
Exactly. We have put, I think there's over 200 horses in stalls here right now as of this weekend.
Yeah.
That's a lot of horses under one roof.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's behaving.
Yeah, the horses they're very well accommodated, that's for sure. So, and like I say, the facility itself with the warm-up pin in the back gives us room on good dirt that's just like what's in the arena to really get the feel and all that kind of stuff, and then come in and make a run in the arena, and it's a good thing.
I'm a horse lover. I love the horse family. Every time someone comes here and pulls a horse out the back of a horse trailer, it makes mine and my family's dream come true, because we've got this barn sitting in the middle of the field, and that's all it is a barn in the middle of the field until we have cowboys and cowgirls come here. And when cowboys come here and cowgirls come here, bring their kids and their families, and they come here and they start dumping horses out the back of their trailer, now we have 5K Arena. Before, we just had a barn.
I absolutely love camping. This is my trailer and I just love it. It's home away from home. It's my I don't want to make the joke of the she shed because I think most of us are so sick of that commercial, but this is my girlhood. And it's so much fun because everybody else has living quarters and we put our awnings out, and you know, sometimes people bring big grills and cook out, and it's just wonderful out in the country. Last night the stars were out, and just a wonderful atmosphere. And they're so accommodating.
We didn't get here till late last night, so it was nice knowing that I had electricity once I got here, especially as cold as it's been.
Right.
We got here, we plugged up, you know, we called ahead of time and they let us know that we definitely had an RV hookup. And, you know, because you get here and sometimes it's first come, first serve.
To have good food, which is unusual at a lot of the barrel races, is hot dogs and hamburgers, and I am not a hot dog and hamburger chick. I just absolutely love camping and having my horse right next to me so I can check on him, you know, during the night and first thing in the morning.
I just try to stay routine. Everything that I do at home, I try to do here too, so they are not surprised with some issues that they're like, oh, what's she doing now, you know? But yeah, I just try to stay on track as close to what we do at home as I can, and that keeps them in their routine as well. You know, no surprises for them.
It was just so accommodating with a lot of vendors. And vendors are really important because a lot of us, you know, depending on where we live, we don't have access to some of the things that we need to purchase, as well as therapies. And they've had therapists here to work on our horses, which is so valuable with a sport that's so demanding. And, you know, they get sore muscles pretty easy in this sport. So it's really great to have that. You know, we have someone here to shape our hats and clean our hats for us, and that's unusual. So they've really gone out of their way to have a lot of things for us while we're here other than just the barrel race itself.
When you see these people when they're coming in here and they're coming to the show, you want to have everything they need. We've worked for it because we have people come here and we try to make things for them.
We've just had a really good time. Everybody's so nice.
It feels like home and you're loved around here. My horse seems to like it.
Everyone working here has been very friendly.
We camped. The stalls are great. My horse is a stud horse, so they had a great place for him.
I really love this arena. It's fun.
We really enjoy the shows here. Put on a really good show here.
Ivy said, David, we got 70 stalls running. I said, well, honey, that's good. She said, David, we got 175 stalls running. I said, oh, Lord. She said, what's wrong? I said, I don't like this. She said, why don't you like it? I said, because we're getting close to over 200, and we have just a few over 200 stalls. And you know how I am. If we have one person to come here and we don't have a stall full, it tears my nerves all to pieces. Because I love the sport and I love the horses so much, I want everybody to have a place to put a horse. So I'm on the phone, I'm trying to find more stalls. We've got every square inch of this barn stuck with stalls. And my wife says, you looking more stalls? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I know this is crazy. I don't have a barn to put them in, but I'm gonna find some stalls. And I said, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna drive some nails in the ground and hope it grows up and makes a barn one day. I said, well, tell me when we'll get the 55 RVs. We got the 55 RVs, and she said, what you gonna do? I said, I think we need to put up more RVs. She says, well, you know, we got 60. I said, yes, ma'am. 2 days later, we had 75 RV spots.
All right, we're about 20 minutes away from the conclusion of your 5 o'clock exhibition hour. We're about 20 minutes away. Remind you at 6 o'clock we will have open arena for 15 minutes. At 6:30, they will begin taking exhibitions for tomorrow morning. They'll take the first 50 at 6:30 for tomorrow morning in the first block.
When I get here, I normally walk him around and get him used to the place. I do some exhibitions to get him used to the barrels and the arena, the setup.
At the barrel races, I typically just warm my horse up. I will go in and get an exhibition to kind of show him where the pattern is, how the barrels are set and whatnot.
A warm-up is pretty simple now that he's really trained on the pattern. It's just a matter of getting him loose and flexible and doing a lot of stretches. And that's really about it. He knows his job now and he loves it.
How many horses did you bring to this event?
Between me and my wife, we brought 6.
I brought 3 of them.
5.
5 horses.
Yes.
Okay, so that's quite a handful.
And of the 5, 4 were Future Fortunes. Probably 85 to 90% of our horses are Future Fortunes horses.
It is a great program as a barrel racer to have a horse that is in Future Fortunes. You can enter a barrel race without having to pay that extra entry fee to win extra money.
It does not cost us a dime to be in that program,
Yeah.
other than your horse being eligible and,
Right.
and registered.
Huh?
Last year they were running a special for everyone, that if your horse was qualified, in other words, came off of a breeding stallion that was in their program,
Okay.
you could get that horse registered last year for a $500 flat fee, which normally would have cost you $2,000.
Now, and usually the flat fee, as I understand it, you pay
Yeah.
it once and you're done.
One time, and he's
you
registered
can
now
be
for
in
the rest of
any
his
it.
time.
I think it's an awesome program. You come to a show like this and you don't have to pay any extra and you win some money.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It basically pays to the owner of the horse,
Okay.
and it pays to the breeder.
Okay.
And the payout is phenomenal.
This year, they blew it out of the park. This is huge. They've added so much more money to it.
The ante of $1,500 added today,
Okay.
at $1,500 added tomorrow.
$10,000 added to Saturday's NBHA Open class. So just those Future Fortune horses were running for that 10 grand. And just fill out a little bit of paperwork and then roll a nice run
For the whole
and wait
life
for
of
the
the
check.
horse. Wow.
Yeah,
That
wait
is-
for the check.
That's an insane deal.
It is an insane deal. It is really insane.
How long have you been working with Future Fortunes?
15 years.
So since they've been up and
Yeah.
running.
So
Okay.
every year we always try to make sure there's a horse put in the program. And
What breeding is your horse?
he is a son of Ivory James.
Okay.
His registered name is Incendiary Ivory.
It's a own daughter, well, it's a daughter of HR Whiskey Money, which is a son of On the Money Red.
Okay.
His name is VF Honorbound.
Okay.
He was born on the Victory Farm ranch. He's an own son off of Sticks and Stones, which is a very renowned barrel horse breeding stallion. He is off of a mare of Jet of Honor.
Okay.
So he's got some nice bloodlines in him.
Okay, her name is Prescription Perks. She's 5 years old.
This is Midnight to Fame. He is a 5-year-old horse and his barn name is Queso. The very first run I ever made on him, I won the 2D. That was actually the first time I had ever even sat on him.
Big, sweet boy.
Super athletic.
Very quick. He's a real good boy, real versatile horse.
Smart, easy to ride.
Really just wants to do his job.
He makes it easy.
get the NBHA Open kicked off. And our $1,500 added $10,000 Future Fortune. All right, remind you, if you want to be in the average side pot and the team side pot, you have until the first horse runs in the Open. First horse run, that is over. You cannot get in after that. We are running a little bit behind. We have over 350 signed up in the draw. We are getting ready to get started. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Our first rider. Here's your first time. Joshua Zook, Jody S. Deja Cockle, Mason Cox, and Savannah River. First rider, Joshua Zook. Ryan HR is
Okay, Leslie, so you are officially the fastest lady in the place. Being at 5K Arena, how do you feel about your run? How is the ground? How have you found the arena and the environment?
It's nice. It's a really nice facility. He's been hurt, so it's kind of nice to see him on his comeback.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the second run back, so
I'd say he did quite well.
Yes, we are pleased. We were worried. You know, we weren't sure. You know, it's just like an injured athlete. You're not sure if they're going to be able to come back fully. He proved tonight that he could. The second one that placed is a daughter of Fury of the Wind.
Okay.
And then the next one is a Bug in My Prosty. I won it today with a 14-1, and the one filly ran a 14-5, and the other one ran a 14-6. So
not too far behind.
No, I mean, not for babies in, you know, a different environment, so we were pleased with them.
What are your future plans?
Well, we're getting ready to go to WBRL finals, which is in Perry, Georgia in a couple weeks. Okay. So we'll take probably the same group down. I unfortunately have some horses at home that are sore and on the injured list and just kind of
out of rotation for the moment.
Right. So they're kind of on break, kind of rehabbing. So it'll probably be these same 5. And then if they go well, then We may go to some futurities with some of the 4-year-olds. Of course, we're entered at Fort Smith, Arkansas in May.
Okay.
You know, it just really depends. This group of babies just didn't quite come along as mature level, so we're kind of taking our time, and there's a lot of talent, and I think if I take my time, they'll be nice horses in the end, and that's always my goal. You know, I think they're placers, but I want them to be, you know, mature enough and ready, and they're showing me a little more each day, so I'm excited.
I mean, they did a wonderful job today. So.
Yeah. Of course, I want to thank my husband, Jason, because he's here helping me and, you know, making sure the horses are cooled out when I get done so I can jump to the next one.
Yeah.
And then the 2 sponsors I want to thank is Classic Equine. Of course, I wear the hat. And then Cox Vet Lab. I use all their horse supplements, and both those companies have really helped me a lot in the last several years and have been a big help. So, and of course, you can't forget the man upstairs because he helps us a lot.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay, Bradley Taylor, what was it that you were running?
I was running a horse called Will You Raise My Pay.
Okay.
It's a dash, I have a son of Dash to Fame.
Okay.
I believe he's a 7-8-year-old. He's one I trained as a 3-year-old and has been a good horse since. So.
Yeah, very good. What would you say out of your top runner, what would you say is your goal going in there with the communication between you and your horse? What are you focusing on?
I would say here at this particular pen to push really hard and try to get them by the barrels and just have make sure they work on top of the barrels good.
Gotcha.
So.
What do you think about the dirt?
It's been great. Stay consistent the whole time, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys have any major plans for the future? You guys just gonna keep plugging away at the races and enjoying your time, or?
Well, yeah, we'll probably keep on going. Maybe there may be kids in the future, so.
Okay, had to add that variable. I'm sure they'll be on horses before long too, right?
Sure.
Okay, very good. How long have you been barrel racing?
About 4 years. I actually worked with Ducky Keller for a while, training under him and training horses and riding horses for the last 4 years now.
Okay,
so.
Very good. Well, we're glad that you can make it down here. Congratulations.
Thank you. Long day, but it was worth it in the end. So.
Okay, very good. Did you camp whenever you came, or are you staying close by?
Actually, I just hauled in for the day.
Okay, day haul, and you're taking it all home.
That's right.
Okay.
In, out, and done.
Can you tell me how you came about owning a Future Fortune horse?
Bought that horse off of a guy in Arkansas.
Okay.
About 4 years ago. It's a daughter of HR Whiskey Money, which is a son of On the Money Red. And goes back to Top Moon on the bottom side. I had 2 futurity colts, and both of them worked very well. I had a 15-1 on the one and a 15-2 on the other.
So pretty even.
So, yeah, they both worked great. I can't complain about either one of them. I pretty much did probably 99% of the training on both of them.
Okay.
Ducky Keller helped me out a lot, tuning me and guiding me along the way, but I was mostly the person that riding them.
How did you like the terrain, the dirt? How was it for your ride?
It was good ground and good dirt. It just took me a little bit to get used to and adapt to different ground that I haven't been on before in a different arena. But pretty easy to ride on and hold your horse.
How did you have you liked 5K Arena's environment, the show and the way it's run and the people here?
I loved it. Great experience and real easy to get along with.
Hey Kathy, so you are one of our big winners from the weekend. Tell me a little bit about your horse that you were riding.
He's a young horse. He's a 5-year-old. He hasn't been to many shows. I was really happy with him because he worked really good.
Okay, Kylan, and you are a winner from what division?
Youth.
Youth?
That's right.
And in what bracket were you in?
4D first.
4D first. Is this your first race?
First NBHA.
Okay. And how you feel about it?
Good.
So how did you hear about the show this weekend?
My mother,
Okay.
she's been there for every horse show, no matter what. She said, I want you to go for it because she's the biggest supporter I have.
Well, that's very, very good. And you did, and look what happened. Yeah.
My wife, Ivy, she came up with this idea. And she's always good at coming up with good ideas, and she has a good vision for the future and stuff. And it was something that she wanted to put together to build the energy up. And hey, it paid like a slot machine. I mean, it was $250 added money with 100% paid back on that. That's easy.
It is. And it takes a lot for one run to go right, so much less for three. So it was a blessing for all three of ours to go right.
That was all 9 barrels that had to stay up.
Yeah.
It takes a lot, so it was good that it came through.
We just all went out there and did our thing.
Yeah.
Just left all the barrels up.
These two did their job, and I was the last one left, so the pressure was on me.
They say behind every successful woman, there's a successful man.
Something like that.
You're very fortunate.
Something like that.
You're behind 2 successful women.
They set me up for the win. All I had to do was do my part. Yep.
Well, how did you like the energy, the thought of it being a team, and y'all guys are against those guys? How did you like the energy? Did it kind of build you up a little bit, kind of bring you together as a group and cheer and have each other's back?
It's exciting. It's exciting.
I've always competed in ranch sorting and team pinning, and what this does, it kind of helps you bring you together as a team, and you say, listen, what's the best thing we can do to make an average between us? When you're working with the average, it's not how fast you are as an individual, it's how fast you are as a team. And if you do it smart, and neither one of you foul out, just do it smart. It looks like to me y'all guys were Einsteins on this here, boy. Y'all had it going on.
You guys have went above and beyond to make everything great for us, and we appreciate it because we know how much it takes.
If you want to be a cowboy and you want to be a cowgirl and you want to be successful and you want to go places and do things, why don't you do this tomorrow morning? Why don't you get up tomorrow morning and look in the mirror and say, self, what can I do? What can me alone, what can I do to make the sport that I love better? What can I do to help? Not what one little thing I can find to complain about. What can I do to help this sport? Because we, as a family in the horse world, we as a family can make great things happen. And no matter what the sport is, we can make it happen if we stand in front of that mirror and say, what can I do today to make my sport better? It's just like when you get up in the morning times and you look in the mirror and you say, what can I do today to make my wife's life better? Or what can I do to make my children's life better? If you put others first, you'll always come out on top. This weekend has been a super success. We've had great people. I've met a lot of good people.